Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Looks currently like we're going to come down and make maybe even another low. So that was also the expectation of the last video, that we are now in a downtrend, that since we dropped below 16,070, we made new lows obviously, and that we have broken to the downside, and therefore the trend has shifted down. That is why these support boxes are so relevant, because they tell us from when or from which point of view or from which moment we are going to, let's say, move from a possible bullish scenario into a bearish one, and so on. And the $16,070 level was the lower support area, and I told you that if we drop below that, it will get very likely that we are going to make new lows. We already made a new low yesterday, lower compared to the 9th of November. Some people commented and said that on some exchanges Bitcoin hadn't made a new low, when I told you it had here at 15.6k. And I think that's true. People compared it to the 9th of November, so some of you did. And of course you were correct. But if I look even at Binance here, this already showed a new low yesterday compared to the 9th of November, which was here at around 15,680. But yesterday we made that low here at 15,000. That's before I made the video yesterday, 15,580. But I think on Binance US it didn't, and I think on Coinbase it made basically just a double bottom. But it is not so relevant. That's what I replied as well. Yeah, it didn't here. That was this spike here down. Didn't make exactly a new low. But I replied it doesn't really matter, because it will do sooner or later, because it dropped obviously below that 16,070 US dollars or dollar level. When we broke below it, we then retested the trend line from below and started to move down. And there's now the possibility that we say, okay, we have 5 waves complete now, so it would need to move up now, or if it doesn't do that from here, then we expect a much further decline straight away. So that's sort of how I would go with this. My understanding of this wave count is that this was a so-called wave 4 triangle here. Where's the wave 4? 3, 4. Oh yeah, because there's 2 different possibilities. Okay, let me. So I guess yesterday we said triangle, yes. Move down, yes. 5 waves complete, yes. So we have to expect a wave 2 correction either here as a wave 2. If this was the wave 2, it was a very shallow one. So we saw a bit of a retracement after my last video, but it was not very strong. Told you that a good view or good understanding of when that wave 2 is starting would be a break of the trend line. And I also gave you the other scenario where we said that, okay, this was a wave 4 up here. We're now coming down in 5, but we have here a 1, 2, and then come down in 3. So basically a larger retracement to the upside in the yellow count. Don't think that's too likely anymore. I still leave it on the chart. Don't think it's too likely anymore. Because it seems like there is still a lot of downside pressure. But let's see, this is still possible. If we see a stronger retracement to the upside, then we have something like this, a wave 1. Because this wave 1 was so long, we could expect a stronger retracement before we come down further, and so on, yeah. But at the moment, it seems like the market wants to go down straight away. We bounced again off the trend line. And again, you can see how relevant that trend line was. But my view nearly starts to be now that we are here in a 1-2-1-2 setup, or at least that this was already the wave 2. Need to see how this now progresses, but if this is the case and we had a very shallow wave 2 here, just draw the fibs from here. Yeah, it would have only reached, well, just about the 38.2% fib level. That's possible for a wave 2. But it was only very short, and it was a very shallow wave 2 if that's the case. We would then expect a wave 3 to the downside now. That would be quite bearish. That could take us quickly into the region around the 14.5k level. Another possibility is to set the wave E high. That's possible as well. Here, and then we've got a 1-2-1-2 setup, but also then we would now move down in a wave 3. So if we don't see a stronger wave 2, then we will probably get very quickly now to 14.5k. Confirmation for that would be a break below the 15,470 level. And if we now see a break of the trend line to the upside, we're probably going to see a deeper wave 2 into the region, maybe first around 16,500 before we then come down. But for me, the trend has clearly shifted towards the downside. Bitcoin has decided to put a new low in, and targets are now, as I said, around 14.5k. Then we'll talk about 10.5k. What was next? 6k and 3k. We have to take it level by level now. As every level is reached, we need to look at, okay, is there any impulse? Is there any 5-wave move to the upside? Could the reversal happen already? I think we will see further bad news in the crypto world. I think we still see more fear, but the moment from when bad news don't push the market any lower and sentiment doesn't change anymore to even more bearish because people are used to bad news, that is when the market probably has bottomed. Don't think we are there yet. It still seems we are going down further. It still seems a lot of bad actors have to be flushed out of the market. I think most weak hands are gone. I think the people who are still left in this market are, you and me, who believe in crypto, and maybe the people who didn't want to sell at a loss, but there won't be many of them. So I think it's people who really believe in the market or who are just trading short term. Other than that, yeah, trend is down, and I keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.